Hey folks, welcome to the show. We got three of us here tonight.
Attendance. I've heard about attendance a
Yeah.
few weeks ago, and look who ain't here.
I see it. We got the White Lightning and we got the Beast Mode back here. Had a big trade this week with Pat and Eric.
I saw that.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson for the Beast Mode. How you feel about the Beast Mode, buddy?
He didn't have a good game. Eric came out on top on the game wise for points. But overall, I think that in a PPR, that Marshawn Lynch is a better player. He's gonna catch more passes and get more opportunities. Right now, AP, I don't know what they're doing with him, but it's just not working. But he somehow squeezes out almost 100 yards. He'll break a big one and salvage the day. And I don't want to go week to week hoping for a 75-yard run.
Well, I got him in the standard league, and I tell you, it's a struggle to get double points
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, cause especially in the standard league where you no PPR and
Got to score touchdowns.
you got to score a touchdown.
Yep.
Well, speaking of players, have you guys ever played fantasy football before and had this many guys that go on IR?
No, it's crazy.
It's never happened like this before. I've probably played for 10 years. Never seen this many number ones go out.
Me either. I mean,
before the season, beginning of the season, middle of the season, probably going to happen at the end of the season too. So.
that's right. There'll be some more, but you look at it too. I mean, if you look at people like, you got Jamal Charles going out. The West. I mean, I think he's a capable backup.
Yeah.
But you got somebody say like, and you got of course Le'Veon Bell, and you got D'Angelo Williams. But somebody like an Arian Foster,
Yeah.
if you picked up his handcuff, that's not even going to help you.
No.
You better have somebody in the lineup that's going to be in there, another capable running back from another team that can carry you.
Better have D'Angelo Williams.
Exactly.
I lost Arian Foster and Le'Veon Bell last week on the same team.
Yep.
So I got left with T.J. Yeldon, which he's been solid so far for the Jaguars, and I got left with I had Melvin Gordon from the Chargers, but I picked up Jeremy Langford this week. So I'm gonna roll with Yeldon and Langford this week and see what happens. So.
Right. Well, I tell you, I had 5 of them in the same team to go to IR. 5. And that hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That's hard.
I want to say something about it, and I might jinx myself because I've got the man in a league, but Darren McFadden, every time I see him run, because they're giving him the ball a lot, and every time he gets hit, I'm just waiting on him to not get up. So you better have Christian Michaels on your team if you got Darren McFadden.
Yeah.
I think they just signed what's his name, Trey Williams. He's from where's he from? They picked him up from somewhere today.
Yeah,
I think it was today or yesterday.
They signed somebody.
Because they let old Randall go. So there's a starter that you picked up in the draft, and I'm not even on a team right now.
Right.
Yeah, that could be throw that in that IR bunch.
Yeah,
might as well
be.
Well, give me a bounce back player you think's going to turn it around at this right now. Say
I gotta think Peyton Manning's gonna turn around at some point. I know he's 40 years old roughly, but he's just played too well the last 2-3 years to just not have it anymore. I think it was 2 to 3 years ago he set a single season touchdown record. You don't just go from making history to being terrible in 2 years, in my opinion. But he's got too big of a supporting cast, too good of a defense. Too many weapons on offense to not be fired up, and I just think that at some point they're going to get everything clicking. I mean, they're undefeated; they got that going for them, and if you got a good defense, I mean that whether your offense is prolific or not, a good defense will help an offense out, just getting them fired up and getting the momentum going their way. So.
what do you think about their Beast Mode?
I'm going to go Vernon Davis. He's getting there. I think he's 31 years old, but athletically, there isn't a tight end in the league like him. Not even Gronk. Gronk don't run a 4.4. Vernon Davis does, and he's playing for the Broncos now, and we all saw what Julius Thomas did last year, and he's nowhere near the athlete that Vernon Davis is. So I'm expecting big things from Vernon Davis. He's had a terrible year on the 49ers team, but if you got a 49er, they ain't played good either. So I mean, it's not his fault.
They're awful.
I'm expecting him to be top 5 to finish the year. To be honest with you.
Exactly. And you know the 49ers and Detroit Lions, they just might as well go and pack it in. They're bad. But I had one I thought about, and Brandon Cooks. I think that guy could really turn it around. Now, see what the Saints offense is starting to click a little bit. He's got 2 touchdowns, last week.
Looked pretty good last week. The offense did.
The offense looked a lot better last week. Yeah, it looked a lot better last week. And wanted to see what happens. But then you got these guys, that we talked about IR guys a while ago. Some of these guys that might be like plug and plays. One that comes to my mind is Jeremy Langford. I think he's definitely a plug and play. I mean, his carries are going to go up quite a bit. He's going to get the football.
I picked him up.
Yeah. And I think if you picked him off the waiver wire, he definitely would be a real hot plug. It's going to probably be 2 weeks, maybe 3. Forte gets back. Excuse me. Forte gets back, and he's going back to the bench. But anybody else you guys think of?
Well, I'm going to say this about Jeremy also is if you got Forte, I think he's automatic start.
Mm.
And I think if you're in, if you've got if you're in a league that has, a flex position and you're looking for a flex player, I think he'd be a guaranteed, or you would automatic start him there as well. So, but talking about another plug and play, the guys for the Chargers, Keenan Allen goes out, Rivers is throwing it all over the place, so I think you got to throw some of the Chargers receivers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Johnson, Malcolm Floyd, Rivers still got it.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's up there every year, but unfortunately his team kind of holds him back. Statistics wise, he's probably a Hall of Famer. I would say, statistics wise. He don't have any kind of playoff record or Super Bowls or conference championships, but statistics wise, he's up there every year with the top 7, 8 probably.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Beast Mode?
Yeah, going on what Steven said, same guys. Your Chargers are going to be crucial in these last weeks of fantasy football. With everybody out, they just dropped Brandon Oliver. They released him. I don't know if they've signed anybody else. So if you got Danny Woodhead or Melvin Gordon, they'll be splitting it probably fairly evenly now without Brandon Oliver.
And this is probably your last chance to pick up 2 receivers off the waiver wire, down the stretch here that could make an impact.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
There's nobody on.
Yeah, the waiver wires have basically been rated so far this year, barring injury, kind of like this situation here. But as far as your chance of getting somebody who could make an impact on your team, down the stretch to get you into the playoffs, to make a run to the playoffs, this is probably your last option or last chance to get somebody who could make that big of an impact.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, we got a game tonight. Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns. Johnny Manziel's back at quarterback. Can Johnny be good or Johnny be bad? My feelings on is I think he could be halfway decent. But he cannot go out there tonight and think he's got to carry this football team. And these other guys got to step up. Because last time these guys played back in 2014, he only threw for 80 yards. His touchdown to interception ratio was 0-2. And he had a whopping 5 points in fantasy. But what do you guys think?
Well, I agree with you. I think you said, is it going to be bad or good? And I think it could go either way. I think you're right. I think his team needs to help him out and kind of rally behind him. He doesn't need to be, he doesn't have to win the game by himself. If he just won't turn the ball over, get some first downs, help keep his defense off the field a little bit. And the couple times that he has played this year, he's had some big plays, and that's all it's going to take is one or two big plays, a turnover, and you get the momentum in his favor. And you know, the Bengals are undefeated, and there's probably not a lot of people who think the Browns even got a shot tonight. But Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, and in college, you know, you've seen what he did. I know this ain't college, but so I think they do have a chance. I think they got a chance. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think they got a chance.
What about you, Beast Mode?
I agree with what both y'all said. You know, he'll probably start out hot. You know, his last start, he started out real hot. You know, going to Travis Benjamin. That'll probably happen once, and then he'll probably throw an interception and then fumble it, and it'll. I mean, he's done it every time he started. He's a turnover machine, so I expect that to happen tonight.
I think the key is getting some first downs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, don't go out there and get a 3 and out and continuously put your defense on the field. Get some first downs. Of course, you're going to have some punts, but get some first downs. Give your defense a chance to get some rest, and just move the ball. You know, keep the ball in your possession a little bit, and things might work out in his favor.
Well, Beast Mode, give me a star tonight. Who you think's going to shine in tonight's ball game?
Man, a lot of people come to mind.
A lot of good players in this game.
I honestly think Jeremy Hill might have a resurgence tonight. You know, because all the Cleveland Browns defensive backs are healthy and back. So they're going to probably lock down A.J. Green tonight. Maybe Gio has a big game. But
Just the Cincy backfield might take off tonight. I agree.
Okay, folks, hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week, and enjoy the game tonight, and good luck to you on this week on your fantasy. From the Tall Boy Up crew, Rowdy saying good night.